G'day legends, this is Ron from Optimized Effects. Welcome to an update video on all the robots that I started trading in the previous video, which was I think on Tuesday. So right now we're looking at a backtest of SpaceX Trader Pro. And yeah, while I have a quick chat about what's to come in the coming week, and all the results of these will be talked about later on. So if you're new, what I've got in front of me is a Forex robot. It is currently doing a backtest visually so you can see what happens. And yeah, the channel is all about robot trading, and we'll be doing some cryptocurrency stuff in the very near future, which will be my next video. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to have a chat about a platform called 3 Commas and how it's been going. And yeah, then I'll start talking about some more platforms, more crypto, more slower stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited to bring it all to you. So stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and smash the like button on this video if you found any of this information informative or could help you make money, which is what the plan is right now. Righto. So if you made it this far, thank you very much, and let's get stuck into today's video. So today we're going to be having a chat about the results of all the robots that I set up in the previous video. If you're not familiar with that, just go back to the last video I talked about where I set all of these up. And right now we're looking at SpaceX Trader Pro. I'll probably stop this and we'll get onto the charts and we'll have a look at how they've all gone. So I'll stop it and go to the first one. So this first one is called Expert Trader V6, and in the whole week it made $9.20. I've only got it trading the Euro USD pair, and we can see that the max drawdown was $8.56. So it is a slow and steady robot, but I believe don't be fooled by that, because when I did a backtest it did not go too well. So we'll see what happens. I might do some backtest videos as well for you on each one of these, and they can be separate videos, and basically it's just going to be a backtest of the robot. There'll be no talking. I can put some cool music behind it and you can watch it visually go through and see if it might be a good strategy for you or not. We'll see. Next we have the Daily Profit Swing EA. This one made $14 for that last week. It's currently $41 in drawdown, and the max drawdown it ever saw was 43, which was probably at the end of the last trading session. And the drawdown to profit ratio is pretty good. It is stuck on AUD JPY, so that's this drawdown. Everything else is pretty good. Can't complain with that at all. It's good. So we'll see how that goes. I did expect it to make it a little bit more last week, but it is very dependent on like the right trading conditions to happen for it to open trades. And when it does, it'll open a trade on multiple currencies, as you can see there. But as you can see, I also have it on gold, but on gold I don't think it made, yeah, look at that. It didn't make any trades on gold, so that's quite interesting there. So we'll see what happens next week. Right, SpaceX, that's that visual test that I was doing in the background on the introduction to the video. SpaceX is probably the best performing EA, I would say, over the last week, and it ended up going really well. So we started it on the Tuesday night. It made $5, then $5 the next day, then 12, then 20. So it's ramping up, and the best thing about it is, I'll stop this, where did it go? Oh, here we go. I got rid of it because I did all that stuff in the background. So the best thing about it is that it made $44 with very little drawdown. So yeah, the max drawdown was negative 70, which is at negative 7%. And this is a total profit for each, and the max drawdown was, the worst was USD JPY. If we have a look at that, this is usually why I don't trade yen pairs. Most of the time they're not real good with robots because they trend a lot. So imagine if we got stuck in this trend here. So this would have been $70 worth of drawdown right here. So this would have been like triple that. if it didn't get out here. So be careful with yen pairs. They can trend very strongly when they do. So if I was trading this live, I wouldn't have it on any yen pairs. But we're doing this to test the thing, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, there you go. SpaceX Trader Pro, that is the results right there for last week. Next we have the one that we tested last month, which is FX Machine. It made a whole $3 in the 4 days it was trading, and it currently has 83 cents in drawdown. Nothing really to report about that. Nothing crazy happened. Slow and steady wins the race, apparently. King Kong. Now, I made a mistake with King Kong. I thought that it would be able to handle multiple pairs, so I had it on 6 of the majors, which is AUD, USD, GU, UJ, USD CAD, and probably one other one I can't think of right now. But yeah, 6 major pairs, and it does a thing that I did not expect. So this is why I forward test videos. Sorry, EAs. So if we have a look at the results from what happened with all of these pairs, we can see here that something crazy started to happen. We've got a 1.56 sized lot. We've got a 1.11 sized lot. We've got a 1.56. So King Kong, even though the multiplier is set at 1.4, for some reason it does not multiply that way. It has some weird algorithm in there that it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can see 8, but then sometimes it will place really, really big lot size trades in the other direction, or the same direction, to try and help it get out of any troubles. But the problem I had is that because it traded such high lot sizes, the account actually ran out of margin. Now this is an account that has a 1.5, or 1 to 500 I should say, leverage. And because of that, it should have been able to handle quite decent. As you can see, it did some big lot size trades, but when you're trading 6 pairs like I was, you just run out of margin. There's no way around it, other than having a bigger account balance, of course. So what I had to do was I cut everything at a loss, and I put a $235 deposit back in to bring it back up to 1,000, and I started them again, but only with 2 pairs. So I decided to start again, only with 2. So I've got Euro USD and Pound USD. Now I noticed in King Kong's signal, they mainly trade the Pound USD pair, because that pair is known for pullbacks. So if we have a look at Pound USD in a nutshell, these are the trades that are open right now. We can see that it goes up, yes, but it will come back. It goes up, comes back, goes up, comes back. And it doesn't seem to, if we go to like H4 even, you can see that it's very up and down, up and down, up and down. There is this period here where it didn't really have many pullbacks at all, so that's a bit concerning. But generally GU will have more pullbacks than Euro USD kind of will. Euro USD right now is, I would say, in a range. Yeah, it's in a range right now. So it's been sideways for the last couple of days, as you can see there. So for last week it was all in a range. Didn't really have any crazy movements. But Euro USD does have pullbacks too, but not as much as probably GU does. So that's why I chose these 2 pairs. Alright, so let's have a chat about the results from the accident. So the accident, we had a close at negative 381. It was actually negative 430. And then when I changed it back, it made a little bit back. The next day it made 95. The next day it made 10. So it is crawling back. But the biggest concern for King Kong for me is that it places those large trades. So I'm just concerned as to what would happen if it was in a trend. It's placing larger and larger trades, and it will eventually blow your account. So if you're going to trade King Kong, I would withdraw weekly, even daily if you wanted to, until you get 100% of your money back, and then you can let it go and do its thing. Or you can just keep withdrawing, knowing that at some point it might blow up if you get a strong enough trend. Now, September of last year was a really good example of that happening to a lot of EAs and a lot of accounts. September was a terrible month for trending. Good if you're in the trend, but if you're trading a robot that can get stuck in a trend, you're in for a bit of trouble, unfortunately. But there you go, there you have it. So I'll probably fix up the history here, so we'll get rid of this. So UJ was the cause of the most of the drawdown, as we saw on the previous EA, but there you go. Rightio, so I'll put these back to, I think it was M15. When I was backtesting King Kong, M15 seems to be the best time frame, so we'll leave it at that. And we'll move on to the next one. So I hope you've learned something about King Kong there. Now, Titan X also had issues with, not the fact that anything bad happened, but the version that I had was like a version 2 of Titan X, and now I've got version 8.6, and there's a huge difference in these two versions, which we'll have a look at here. So I closed, so what happened with the other one is that it made like $14, and then all it did from there on was just create a whole heap of drawdown. So it was like negative 400, pretty much the same as what was happening with King Kong. It didn't run out of margin, but it was just going the wrong way. It was just getting stuck, and it couldn't get out of it. So what I did and decided to do was cut all the trades, same with King Kong, open up, or fix up the balance back to 1,000, and I started totally different version of Titan X again, for the same pairs, as you can see here, same pairs, but we've got Titan 8.6 trading, and currently at negative $48, but the next day after I cut everything it made 46. It did make some money back as well, so this drawdown or this loss was actually higher than this, and it made it back. And then on the Friday it didn't close any trades. Oh, maybe that was Friday. Yeah. So next week we'll have some better results about Titan X 8.6, and we'll move from there. But yeah, also a mistake, but I'm glad that it happened to me and not to you guys. And imagine if you were trading Titan X live with that previous one, or also King Kong, and that happened to you. So this is exactly why I created this channel. I forward test thoroughly, and we see what happens with the market, what to look out for, what is good and what is not so good. And I'm bringing all this content to you guys and giving it all to you for free. And we're finding out that, yes, there are some good robots out there. So that is good. Rightio, move on to this one. Nothing happened with Nezco. I'm not surprised. And I chucked the winner on here as well. I looked up the settings for the winner, and apparently it's meant to be trading on gold, and nothing happened. So, yep, not much to report about there. Now, this one I also made a mistake. Basically what happened is I accidentally put it on the H1 time frame, which is what, if I open up a chart on here anyway, as you can see, it opens it up on H1. And I didn't realize that this EA is actually meant to be trading on the M15 time frame. Now, if I change it, it's not going to load because no ticks coming in. All right. Anyway, so it actually has right here that you're supposed to be trading on the M15 time frame. Please change it to that. And because of that, I think because of my mistake, I lost a lot of money. And this is exactly why I do this. We can see here that it places, I think it places buy and sell stops. The trades are quite large, but they're not really, in terms of lot sizes, they're not really, but they kind of are, especially if you've got it on the wrong time frame. We can see here it had 2 losses, then a win, 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 and it had some good trades, and then another loss, win, win, loss, win, and then in the end, huge losses on GJ, GU, like a lot there. I think this was because of the not NFP, but CPI that come out on Friday. And then from then on, it didn't go so well. So it got down to like negative 400. And I'm like, okay, I made a mistake. I didn't realize it. And I put it back to the M15 time frame. And I put another 510 in there. And since then, it didn't take any trades. So next week is going to be a fresh week for this AI prop firm EA. And we're going to see how we go. We've got $1.37 in there. And I really hope that it does come back good, because it kind of did in my last test. It come back well. So we'll see what happens. Last but not least, this one here, I was advised Forex Perk is basically a clone of CleverFX. But I have not verified that. However, saying that, it could be. The settings kind of look similar. I'll probably have a look. Anyway, but apart from that, the drawdown to profit was amazing. So it made, I've just got it trading on 2 pairs. It made $11, $14, $10, and then 3, with a max drawdown of $30. So that is outstanding. If it is CleverFX, I'm not sure why I don't have CleverFX in my portfolio now, my live one, but I'm considering it, considering these results. But this might be a candidate for like a 28 pair test. They're pretty crazy. They're a bit hard to do on this laptop, because it, already running 10 terminals and then running a 28 per terminal really stretches the CPU on this laptop. But might be worth it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about all of the results that you've seen so far. Which one would you put live? Let me know. I'd really like to know. Okay, so with all that out of the way, the next video, as I mentioned earlier, was going to be talking about 3 commas, my experience with it so far, and what I'm looking for moving forward. And also, what do you think about me reviewing some of the robots on the marketplace before you buy them? So one of them I'd really like to review is this. This has been at the top of marketplace for quite a while, which means it's getting a lot of traction. People are buying it, people are testing it, and when I back tested it, I was actually pretty amazed by how well it traded. It turned $1,000 into $1 million in 1 year, just in my back test, obviously unverified. But there are some things I'd like to talk about it, which I'll do in the video, that are red flags. And we'll have a look at some of these things to try and help you guys decide whether a robot is worth your money or not. And we can go from there. Rightio, so that pretty much rounds up this video. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video, which is all about crypto. So, thank you. Bye-bye.